Do you think John is ducking you?
Yes.
Was that
I
Tom?
do. I think I said, yeah, he is. He definitely is. I think that there's just an easier path for him, and I understand it. I do understand it completely. I understand that there's bigger fights out there for him with way less risk and way more money. I understand it, but in all honesty, do I think he's ducking me? Absolutely.
Tom Aspinall takes a shot at Jon Jones in a recent post, accusing him of ducking fights and referencing his history with substance abuse. Adding fuel to the fire, Joe Rogan has sparked debate by labeling Tom Aspinall as possibly the fastest heavyweight in MMA history. He highlighted Aspinall's exceptional footwork and agility as a rare fight-altering weapon in a division dominated by brute force. In Rogan's view, Aspinall's athleticism sets him apart from everyone else. While Jon Jones wasn't named, the undertone suggests a not-so-subtle challenge to the reigning champ's throne.
You want to talk about a guy who's fast twitch? Aspinall's one of the fastest heavyweights. He might be the fastest heavyweight in the history of the sport. I don't think anybody moves like that guy does. At a 250 plus pound frame, his movement's fucking extraordinary. And that's something you have to deal with. Like, that is a crazy ability. Like, his ability to move, like the way he moves, is so much different than everybody else in the sport. Incredible stand-up, knocks guys out with one punch, black belt in jiu-jitsu, really good wrestler.
Continuing his analysis, Rogan isn't denying Jon Jones' greatness, but he sees size as a key factor if Jones ever faces Tom Aspinall. He points out that Jones isn't a natural heavyweight and could still make 205 with ease. Against someone like Aspinall, that size gap could be a real problem.
It's hard to bet against Jon. It's hard to bet against Jon, but Jon's not a real heavyweight. Yeah. Jon could make light heavyweight, 100%. He weighs 230 right now, maybe a little less than 230. There's no doubt in my mind that if Jon just changed his diet and went back, he hasn't put that much mass on that you would say 205 is out of reach.
No, it's fluffy weight.
Yeah.
A lot of it, too.
Yeah, I mean, look, he had always had the reputation of fucking all the heavyweights up at Jackson Winklejohn. Always. Everybody said, like, when Brendan went down and trained with him, Brendan was a heavyweight, Brendan Schaub, he's like, he me up.
Meanwhile, echoing that sense of unpredictability, Tom Aspinall acknowledged Jon Jones' reputation as a master of studying opponents, but pointed out a key wrinkle that there's not much tape on Aspinall himself. While he respects Jones' ability to break down fighters, Aspinall sees his limited footage as an advantage, making it tough for anyone, even Jones, to fully prepare for what he brings.
Jon is a massive studier of his opponents. Yeah, he's a massive tape studier. Like, that's one of the things that he does best. And the tapes are just not really out there of me. And the fact that I live over here as well, I think it's a massive... I think some people see it like as a detriment living in the UK away from here. For me personally, I think it's amazing because, like, when I go to Vegas and training, like, I see how intertwined everybody is with each other's business and stuff. And like, I'm out here and I'm just doing my own thing and nobody knows anything about me, and I love it.
Doubling down on his pointed jabs, Tom recently stirred the pot on social media by posting a photo of apple juice with the caption, "The only juice you will catch me on." The not-so-subtle dig was clearly aimed at Jon Jones and his history with PED controversies. Amid this latest tweet and in response to the mounting speculation, Jon Jones recently addressed the potential fight with Tom Aspinall, stating that fighting him does nothing for his career. While he acknowledged the appeal of facing someone 7 years younger and 35 pounds heavier, Jones made it clear that, from his perspective, a matchup with Alex Pereira makes more sense. He argued that Pereira is the same age, walks around at a similar size, and presents a more business-savvy opportunity.
He does nothing for me. He does nothing for me. If you're a person that wants to see me really challenged, then I get it. 7 years younger, like 35 pounds bigger than me, right? I get it. It's like, wow, this Jon's so good. We finally found someone way younger and way bigger than him. Let's see how he does against that. I get that narrative. But for me, if you were my manager, if you were on my team, why not fight against Pereira, a guy who's the same age as you, and we walk around the same exact size? Business-wise, it makes more sense. Fight the, I'm gonna call him this, fight the nobody that may be more dangerous, or fight the guy with all the accolades.
Not letting that slide, Aspinall didn't mince words, outright stating that Jon Jones is definitely ducking him, while he admitted he understands why, acknowledging that there are safer, more lucrative options for Jones at this stage of his career. Aspinall made it clear, despite the reasoning, Jones is avoiding the fight.
Do you think Jon is ducking you?
Yes.
Was that
I
Tom?
do. I think I said, yeah, he is. He definitely is. I think that there's just an easier path for him. And I understand it. I do understand it completely. I understand that there's bigger fights out there for him with way less risk and way more money. I understand it. But in all honesty, do I think he's ducking me? Absolutely.
I had a meeting with Dana and he literally walked into the room and said, it's happening. And I said, well, he's going to want loads of money. And he said, I know, but it's happening. It's going to be the biggest fight in UFC history.
Does that mean John Jones has agreed?
I don't think so. In all honesty, John Jones is like, nobody knows what he's doing, even the UFC. So I don't
He
know.
says he wants fuck you money. I imagine Dana will pay him fuck you money, won't he?
I would imagine so.
At a recent UFC event, Tom Aspinall took his jab at John Jones to the next level by bringing a duck with him. When the camera pointed his way, Aspinall made sure to bring the duck into the frame, clearly hinting that Jones is, in his words, ducking him. It was a playful yet pointed dig that added fuel to their ongoing rivalry.
House with Aspinall, and that man's looking for a fight. What does that mean? The interim heavyweight champion.
Yo, Tom, what up, bro? Stop ducking, Joan. Thank you.
Not stopping there, Tom Aspinall fired back at John Jones, accusing him of conning the public. He pointed out that Jones avoided a fight with Francis Ngannou and has now been dodging him for over a year. Aspinall made it clear that whether the fight happens is up to Jones and Dana White, but added that Jones seems more focused on inflating his ego than taking on the real challenges.
Is John Jones scared to fight you?
Yes. John is conning the public. The fact that he didn't want to fight Ngannou for 3 years and now he's not wanting to fight me for over a year.
Is that fight happening?
The UFC are saying that it's going to happen. I think it's down to him and Dana.
Dana loves John Jones.
He's trying to grease up his ego a little bit. I think he's one of the best fighters ever. Definitely top 3. That's debatable when you start putting in about drug tests and stuff like that, I think.
Damn. What drug are you talking about specifically?
Yeah.
In contrast, Francis Ngannou believes that Tom Aspinall desperately needs a fight with John Jones for his career, but Jones doesn't have much to gain from it. Francis Ngannou pointed out that aside from financial incentives, there's no real reason for Jones to take on Aspinall. However, Francis Ngannou acknowledged that Aspinall presents a legitimate challenge, both on the ground and standing, and would be an intriguing test for Jones in a way that other contenders may not.
Aspinall need that fight. I don't need it. When you look at it, pretty much true. There's nothing that he's going to make winning that fight if it's not money. But for Aspinall, that will be everything.
Would you rather see him face Aspinall or would you rather see him face Pereira?
Aspinall will be a more challenging fight because Aspinall respond to a ground game better than Pereira. Aspinall will respond better in wrestling than Pereira. And he can do whatever he wants.
Adding further skepticism, Robert Whittaker isn't buying John Jones's interest in a fight with Tom Aspinall. He believes Jones is simply toying with the interim champ, dragging out the drama without any intention of actually fighting. Whittaker speculated that Jones might sign the bout, delay it for months, and then retire, leaving Aspinall and the fans hanging.
It's hard, dude. At this point right now, I can kind of see John Jones just trolling the hell out of like Tom Aspinall, dude. Like, I can see him like signing it, doing 5 months, and then just retiring. I think he's trolling him at this point. It's rough. Aspinall's just wasting away. A lot of Jones fans have just jumped ship.
But maybe he's looking to properly like bulk up in the right places.
Maybe.
Well,
or he's trolling. I'm just happy it's not my division, dude.
In response to the continuous scrutiny from the public, John Jones recently expressed his frustration with Tom Aspinall, calling him very annoying. While he understands why fans find the rivalry entertaining, Jones made it clear that he simply doesn't like Aspinall. He added that if the fight were to happen, he'd want a hefty paycheck to make it worthwhile.
He's annoying to me, and that's my own personal, he annoys me. I get to you guys, you find it entertaining. But I find him annoying, and I just don't like him. And at the end of the day, if I give him the opportunity to fight me, I want to be so compensated. I want to say it. I want that you money.
On the other hand, Tom Aspinall made it clear that he's willing to fight anyone, stating he's easygoing when it comes to matchups, unlike Jones, who insists on ludicrous deals. He emphasized that he's here to fight and ready to take on whoever is put in front of him.
For the belt, of course, if the Jones fight doesn't happen.
Same as always. I'll fight anybody. Just send the option my way and I will say yes. I'm pretty easygoing in that regard. I'm here to fight people. I mean, we've been doing a bit of media stuff recently, but that's only because I'm not fighting. Like, give me a fight, I will say yes, and that's it. The opponents regardless.
John Jones, you don't know where you stand. Dana said it's the biggest fight in UFC history now, so...
Yeah, I've had enough talking about it, mate. I'm honestly bored of it. We'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll just see. I'm ready to fight whenever they tell me, so just let me know. I'll be there.
Echoing the sentiment that Jones might be avoiding Aspinall, Colby Covington believes Tom Aspinall is the fighter to beat John Jones, claiming that Jones is ducking Aspinall and is scared of him. Covington questioned why people still consider Jones the greatest of all time, arguing that by avoiding Aspinall, Jones is damaging whatever legacy he has left.
For sure, John's scared of him. He's ducking him, man. He don't want to fight That's why he's like, oh, I'll vacate the title. I'll fight the number 10 guy. Scared. Why do people think John Jones is a GOAT? He literally destroyed his legacy by ducking Tom Aspinall. The guy's a fucking coward, and he's a woman beater. He beat his John Jones.
Adding to the debate, Demetrius Johnson acknowledges John Jones's intelligence and versatility as key factors in his greatness, but points out a crucial difference since Jones moved up to heavyweight. Johnson believes the added weight has slowed Jones down, and in a potential fight against Tom Aspinall, that could become a major disadvantage.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think the biggest thing that what makes John Jones so great is, one, how intelligent he is and how versatile he is. I do believe him going up to heavyweight, he's not as fast as he was when he was at light heavyweight, because he has all that extra weight on him. That's how I feel. He's not pop. He's not, he's not as quick.
Meanwhile, Ilia Topuria disagrees with Joe Rogan's belief that John Jones will return to the ring, arguing that Jones has already secured his name and fortune. According to Topuria, there's no real reason for Jones to come back, as he has nothing left to prove or gain at this point in his career.
John Jones, one of the greatest of all time. I mean,
and John, what do you think about him? He's gonna come back? He's gonna fight Tom?
Yes, I think he'll fight Tom. No. I think he'll hang out. You don't think so? No, really?
I don't think so.
How come?
For what?
For glory.
He already has the glory.
Yeah, one more glory before the lights fade.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think John's a conqueror. I think
he is.
I think he can't sit back.
He's the best of all time. No one can say the opposite of that. He's the best.
In contrast, Tom Aspinall has grown tired of waiting on John Jones and is now demanding a fight with anyone. Frustrated by the delays, Aspinall emphasized that he's a professional fighter and just wants to get back in the cage, regardless of who's standing across from him.
I don't have a message. I've had enough. Let me fight. Somebody. I'm not bothered to do it. It's just let me fight.
495 days you've been the interim champ. How much longer are you willing to wait?
I just want to fight somebody. I'm a professional fighter and I want to fight somebody. I'm overweighting, to be honest. But whoever wants it, whether that's John Jones or somebody else, I will fight somebody sometime soon.
In response, John Jones didn't hold back in his latest comments about Tom Aspinall, saying Aspinall has been so difficult that he no longer wants to do business with him. He took aim at both Aspinall and his fan base.
If I'm being completely honest, I feel like Tom's been such an asshole that I don't want to do business with him. You know, it's just like his fans have been so annoying. And obviously you don't get this far in a career being affected by fans or whatnot, but he's just an asshole. You know, with his he's 30, so he's from this influencer generation where you hop online and the t-shirt sales and all that.
Further escalating, Jones also took a swipe at Aspinall's age, labeling him part of the influencer generation he wants nothing to do with. According to Jones, if there had been more respect, something could have been worked out.
He's 30, so he's from this influencer generation where you hop online and the t-shirt sales and all that. I'm past that type of stuff. I'm like, bro, if you had a little bit more respect, then maybe we could have worked something out, but I just don't even want to do business with him. At the end of the day, this is a business, and fighting me gives him an opportunity to change his life forever. And whenever Dana wants me to fight is when I'll fight. you know, as long as we can come to an agreement, you know. I really want to make that clear. Like, I don't want to go there with the word demand. Respectfully, Dana and I have been closer now than we've ever been before. And as a young man, well, not even a young man anymore, as a man, I want to respectfully have a conversation with him and see if we see eye to eye. And if we do, I'll fight whenever he tells me to.
As the rivalry between Jon Jones and Tom Aspinall intensifies, the MMA world is on edge, eagerly awaiting a potential showdown. With both fighters throwing jabs inside and outside the cage, it's clear that the battle for supremacy is far from over. Whether the fight will happen remains uncertain, but the animosity is palpable. If you like the video, drop a like, share it with an MMA buddy, and hit subscribe so you never miss the latest action.